Grandad murdered for wearing his colors in rival Bandidos Territory. Can't make this stuff up. Coming right up. Howdy, folks. Howdy, I'm Black Dragon. And welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network, biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Well, I tell you, next time somebody comes up with the most enterprising idea in your motorcycle club, let's go kill somebody. Be the one to say, maybe we should do something else. It doesn't matter where this happens in the world. It just doesn't seem to be working out. There's just doesn't seem to be quite panning out. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. We'll cover this story like we cover the rest of them. Let me pull this one up. It is let me share this screen here. It just gets to be just overwhelming. Somebody's grandfather ain't fixing to be able to raise their grandkids because they were murdered on the A38 over there in Great Britain somewhere for wearing his colors in a rival bikers gang turf, a jury has been told. And it looks like this story's been going on a while. Here's several other links in the same story. So this has been going on a while over there, and we might investigate these links as we look around this story. I'm just going to tell you. I'll have my reaction a little bit later. But this is happening all over the place. As you know, the story that we did yesterday about a poor guy who got shot off his motorcycle in front of Waffle House for being in his colors and rival biker club or biker gang, however you want to say it, murdered him. So in this story, prosecutors say it would offend against common sense. Now, something that would offend against common sense, that for you to say something that is, or present something that's so moronic that even common sense gets offended, like that's pretty bad. That's when you have common sense saying, like, when common sense says, hey, man, we're offended, So this starts off kind of tough. Prosecutors say it would offend against common sense to believe that the three defendants were not all involved in this scheme to murder a 59-year-old grandfather, David Crawford. So this is a floral tribute that is on a footbridge near the A38. Looks almost like you're looking out of the window of maybe off of the balcony of a house, but this is actually on a footbridge on the A38 near St. Boudou, Plymouth, in remembrance of David Crawford. And this happened in Plymouth, England. And Plymouth, England, as I remember, is a beautiful port city. Well, some of it's beautiful. It's in a naval city. So naval cities where you have Navy ports are kind of old. And so some parts of them are tough, really tough. But I remember visiting Plymouth, England on a world tour of my submarine when we were keeping the world safe for democracy. And we landed there. And of course, being young sailors, this was 1987, I believe. Being young sailors, oh man, we were just out to party, meet women, capture. And I can remember the people of Plymouth were so kind to us sailors, especially us submarine sailors. They were so kind. And I remember my friend, this was back when Bobby Brown was big, and my friend had these black sunglasses that he was wearing. And we were in the nightclub, and everybody kept saying, what does this guy think he's cool? Does he think he's Bobby Brown wearing these dark black sunglasses in here? The Plymouth folks, they were, quite ruffled that he would be wearing his dark black sunglasses inside the club at night. Like they all thought he was trying to be cool, and he was drinking with them and everything. And these were things they were kind of saying behind his back. And one guy asked him, "Let me put on your glasses." And he gave them to him. And my friend happened to have bad eye problems. And when the guy looked through the glasses, they were so corrected, he couldn't see. And so he says, he passes the glasses back to him. And then he comes up to me and he says, "Man, we want to apologize for verbally insulting this guy. We didn't know he couldn't see." And I must have had 20 or 30 people come up to me to apologize for what they had said negatively about my friend, and apologize to him. And so that was my taste of the people of Plymouth, like good kind of people that would apologize when they did something wrong. So I feel terrible to hear this story, but I guess it happens everywhere. Anyway, a grandfather, back to the story, I'm rambling. A grandfather was murdered and because he wore his colors in a rival biker gang's turf. A trial has been told. I guess we would say a jury has been told here. David Crawford, age 59. See, that's my age, 59. Was part of a gang with links to the infamous Hells Angels. A murder trial at Plymouth Crown Court heard today. He was mown down. We would have said mowed down on the A38 on May 12th this year by member of rival Bandidos gang. So they ride a little differently than we do here. But I think this means he was run over. And it says these guys were out for revenge, and the court heard. The jury have already heard the case involving, the way they're writing is killing me. So I would say the jury has already heard that the case involved two rival biker gangs, with Mr. Crawford belonging to the Cornwall branch of the Red Chiefs Motorcycle Club, and Perry, Pauley, and Brading belonging to the Plymouth branch of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club. The jury was told how the Bandidos had a grudge against the Red Chiefs Motorcycle Club, affiliated with the more notorious Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, who seemed to have done nothing, once again, in this story, except be affiliated. A jury was told it was not pure chance Perry, the van or driver, happened upon Mr. Crawford, who he mowed down and then dragged hundreds of meters. I'm not sure how far a meter is in feet or yards. One of you guys let me know. So he drug him hundreds of meters along the A38 under his vehicle, leaving him for dead by the side of the road. That is terrible. Lead prosecutor Paul Caven, KC, continued to open the case at Plymouth Crown Court against Benjamin Perry, Thomas Pauley, and Chad Brading for the murder of the Grandad on the evening of May 12th this year. So that was this summer. During today's hearing, the jury were informed. That's interesting. They Uh, uh, oh man, the way they write is just throwing me for a loop here. But I understand it. During today's hearing, the jury were informed they would be hearing evidence in due course from a police officer who had specialist knowledge of such motorcycle gangs and who would explain the issues surrounding the two clubs involved in the case and who they were affiliated to, noting that the Red Chiefs are more affiliated with are affiliated with the more notorious Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. The jury were told that the officer would help explain how formal the structures of such clubs were, which saw branches effectively licensed and regulated by their international organizations. He explained that being able to call oneself a member of the Bandidos Motorcycle Club was not the same as pulling on a Liverpool shirt. So Liverpool is a soccer club. They call them football clubs. And it was like an analogy I made yesterday. So he's saying that it's not the same as putting on a football jersey or a soccer jersey or a Dallas Cowboys jersey. He was saying it's not the same. It's not the same as putting on, your favorite sports themed shirt or jersey wherever you were in the world when they were playing. Although I understand that can get your ass kicked too, depending on where you are. He said an affiliated club must be licensed by the organization. We say blessed, and members abide by their rules in their own country, which even we think is kind of crazy, but it happens. He noted that the rules were distributed to local affiliated clubs, adding that when police searched Brading's home, they found a copy of the Bandidos Bible. We call them bylaws. The rule book, he called them the rule book. The Bandidos Bible, their rule book. We call them bylaws. He also said that those were found in his bedroom. This rule book. The court had previously heard that Brading was the president of the Plymouth Bandidos Motorcycle Club. So Mr. Cavan KC went on to remind the jury that it was considered insulting for a member of one club to ride in a rival club's patch wearing their colors. That's the same no matter where you are, right? It's considered insulting. It's considered, in the United States, we don't say insulting. We say disrespectful. It's considered disrespectful riding through a rival's club area wearing your colors. The badges and the emblems of that club is what he described the colors are as. He said the prosecution's case was the three men had intended to confront a motorcyclist from a rival gang from the outset. He said this was substantiated firstly through chasing a lone biker who was not even wearing colors and speeding up to 90 miles an hour toward the Tamar Bridge to catch up with the Red Chiefs after they left the Costa coffee shop at the Gateway Retail Park by Marsh Mills. I'm sure you folks over in the UK know where that is. With Pari, 42 years old, of Wright Close, which must be a city, Wright Close, Davenport, driving a works van. I don't know what a works van is. Maybe that's a commercial van. And Polly, age 32, from Heatherwalk, Ivy Bridge, and Brading, age 36, of Wright Close, Davenport, in a black Mercedes, he said. They worked together to carry out their attack. So instead of shooting guys off motorcycles there, because not everybody can have a gun over there in Great Britain, the UK. It's hard for you to have a gun, so you'll just use your works van and a Mercedes to run somebody over rather than necessarily shooting them off the bike. Hell, it all works the same. I wonder if they'll outlaw works vans next. Anyway, I digress. The court was told that in the Mercedes car, officers later found a baseball bat in a passenger seat footwell. That must be the floorboards. an extended baton in the boot along with a lump hammer. Now, the boot of a car in England is the trunk of the car, just in case you guys didn't know. So they found those things in the trunk, a lump hammer. I don't know what the hell a lump hammer is, although some motorcycle clubs carry hammers, and a newly bought hammer in a cardboard box on the back seat. Mr. Kevin KC went on to explain the concept of joint enterprise and how the Crown's case was that all three were considered to be culpable in the murdering of Mr. Crawford, a father of two and a grandfather of one. So it seems that they have the same kind of law that even though you weren't the guy, the trigger man, like you rob a bank, and the four of you rob the bank, and then one guy decides to shoot everybody in the bank, you're like, oh man, what? Dude, you're on one. I quit right now. No, I'm not involved in this. I quit. I was here to rob the bank. I wasn't for killing the hostages. Doesn't matter. In the United States, everybody goes down for that murder. So Lucianus Petrinko says a lump hammer, damn, that'll flatten the skull like a paper mache. But somebody out there knows what a lump hammer is. So he's saying that, back to Mr. Kevin KC, is that he wants everybody to be culpable for this murder because they were working in concert, which is the same thing that happens over here in the States. Very interesting. So that's why he was saying in the first part, it's insulting to common sense to think that they all three weren't involved because they were working in concert. Interesting. He also went on to explain that Mr. Crawford is a father of two and a grandfather of one. He says, what evidence is there that Perry was on a frolic of his own and he just ended up there on the slip road, chance, and did what he did? We say none. So break that down in American English. He was saying that this was planned. This wasn't a frolic. This wasn't coincident. He didn't just end up on the slip road by chance. This was a planned event. He noted the changes in direction along the 838 following calls between Perry in the van and Brading in the Mercedes, and how when Perry spotted the Mercedes holding up the motorbike, he did not stop to question the scene in front of him and wonder who they all were. And again, this he attributes to working in concert. He also noted how after the collision, nobody had the decency to stop or even call an ambulance. He said that rather than stop, Perry drove over Mr. Crawford. Sean Brunton, KC, defending Perry. So I guess the KC must stand for like attorney or something. So Sean Brunton, KC, defending Perry, says this was not a conspiracy and that while his client admits hitting Mr. Crawford, it was nothing other than a spur-of-the-moment act, a catastrophic error of judgment. We say an error in judgment by him. He just did it as a spur of the moment, and it was just a catastrophic error in judgment. Mr. Brunton, KC, said that the jury could consider Perry was guilty of manslaughter or death by dangerous driving, but what was not agreed was that he intended to kill or cause serious harm to Mr. Crawford. And, how could you intend that by running someone over? That was unintentional. He also revealed to the jury that Perry had denied police access to his mobile phone and would be dealt with for that at a later stage of the trial. Let's just not hold everything against him, just some of the stuff. For those of you wondering, looking at my viewing audience, this picture is a picture of Mr. David Crawford following an incident on the 838 Slip Road in Plymouth. So this is, this is the guy right here. And I guess they're saying that, showing the smile on his face. No. Is this, no, this is the Mr. Crawford at another time, I guess, before he died. Terrible. Ignatius Hughes, KC, who was defending Mr. Pauley, told the jury that his client was not in it together with Perry, and that during a police interview, Pauley made it clear he was shocked at what Perry did. So, maybe he was just riding in the car and he was trying to say, no. I had nothing to do with none of that. He noted if Pauley had truly wanted to kill or seriously harm Mr. Crawford, then he had a number of opportunities to do so while he was driving the Mercedes and could have rammed the Kawasaki motorbike along the A38 on slip at St. St. Boudot. Joseph Stone, KC, defending Brading, told the jury that the issue in the case was that what was in his client's mind at the very moment of the collision while he was sitting in the passenger seat of the Mercedes. Mr. Stone said his client's case was at that moment in time. What was in his client's mind was not murder. Detective Sergeant Joe Mercer, the officer in the case, took to the witness box, we say witness stand, to talk through a video presentation to the jury made up of CCTV along the highways. And this is the hurtful part in Great Britain. If you create crimes or commit crimes in the UK, I have read, are the most videotaped society on earth. Like they got videotapes looking up your arse sitting on the toilet. So I don't understand why you would do anything crazy over there in public, because they're going to have a CCTV video of you, enemy of the state to the nth degree. If you guys remember that movie with Will Smith and what's his name? Gosh, that was a great movie. Anyway, made up of CCTV along the highways, Tamar bridge cameras, and the dash cam and cab cams. Damn, even the cabs have cams from the works vans being driven by Perry. Did his own van have a? Wow, how do you run over? You can't make this stuff up. He confirmed that Perry knew of the dash cam's existence and that it was uploaded to a central cloud storage system for the employers to view. So that's what the detective said. He knew it. He knew this video was there. He knew that it was being uploaded to the cloud. There was nothing he could do to stop it. He also noted that when Perry saw the lone biker heading west along the 838 as he was driving east, as shown in the footage, this was followed by him receiving 3 signal messages from Brading. The court was told that Signal was a communication application similar to WhatsApp and encrypted at each end. Perry then called Brading, with the call lasting 3 minutes. So it makes me wonder if somebody did some kind of snitching here, because you guys do know that Signal is supposed to be encrypted. That's why all the biker clubs and all of my United States of American prepper friends, everybody I know that watches Think Tactical and stuff like that, they've all moved off WhatsApp to Signal for this protection, because WhatsApp is now owned by Facebook, which did not guarantee, as I am told, the same protections. They wanted to put commercials on it and all that kind of stuff. And all my friends were like, hell no, I'm moving to Signal now. So how is it that they know about these Signal communications? I thought they were protected. Interesting, huh? So he said they received 3 Signal messages at 8:34 and 32 seconds. Brady received a call from Grant Cooper, putting Perry on hold. The whole call terminated at 8:35 and 53 seconds, but at 8:37 and 59 seconds, Brading calls Perry, with the call lasting 2 minutes, 15 seconds. At one point, the dash cam footage showed Perry went up a slip road at St. Bordeaux behind a police van before picking up Mr. Crawford on his motorbike, and the black Mercedes going around the roundabout before they both head down the slip road to the A38. Perry's journey continued, and at the slip road, he began to speed up when he spotted the Mercedes car slightly across the road, blocking the motorbike. However, at the last moment, the front wheels of the Mercedes turned to take it left again, and Perry's van slams into the rear wheel of the Kawasaki motorcycle bike, throwing Mr. Crawford first back onto the bonnet. I don't know what a bonnet is. Is that the hood of the car? And then forward into the air before falling to the ground. The dash cam footage shows the van continuing forward, gathering speed, with Perry leaning back into his seat. You know, kind of like, you know, how you lean back real hard to get that speed. The Mercedes car then undertakes and races off along the slip road and the A38 while the cab cam sees Perry still on the phone to Brading, appearing to talk. Detective Sergeant Mercer noted the call disconnected suddenly as the van accelerated up to 51 miles an hour along the A38 before at 8:40 p.m. and 36 seconds, the entire vehicle appears to violently judder, causing Perry to bounce up and down in his seat. The moment Mr. Crawford's body was finally dislodged from under the vehicle, having been trapped and dragged along for several hundred meters. And this is just horrible. Just horrible. From there, Perry continued towards Weston Mill, appearing agitated in his seat, biting his fingers and breathing hard. Taking a turn quickly, his phone slid off the passenger seat and, unnoticed by Perry, into the passenger side, leaving him fumbling to find it for the next few minutes, frequently taking his eyes off the road as he drove alongside Davenport Dockyard. He eventually arrived at his home where he lived along with Bandidos Club president Brading at 8:48 p.m. in 5 seconds, whereupon he got out of the van and immediately went to the front of the vehicle to check for damage. All of this, I guess, on the CCTV. Turning to CCTV footage, the court was told that around 6 highways agencies cameras along the route were not working on that day, and the prosecution would be relying on 2 cameras at Tamar Bridge toll booth and another at Mandan Roundabout. You know, I had no idea that there'd be times that those cameras wouldn't be working. I guess everything human built doesn't work at some point. Detective Sergeant Mercer noted that when the Red Chief's bikes were arriving at the retail park earlier that day at around 8:14 p.m., a silver BMW car belonging to Louis Howell also arrived. 2 minutes later, Louis Howell's phone was used to call his brother Ben Howell, and then 1 minute later, Ben Howell's phone was used to call Chad Brading's phone. I keep telling you guys worldwide about these goddamn phones. Moving on. Around this time, the silver BMW was caught on camera going through the Costa Coffee drive-through while inside the cafe, a number of Red Chief and Hells Angels club members, some wearing their distinctive jackets and badges, were stood. The short calls were then followed by Brading calling Ben Howell back in the call, lasting 10 seconds. At this point, Paulie and Brading and the black Mercedes were seen going into and then immediately out of the Morrison fuel station in Plymstock before driving up Embankment Road towards Marsh Mills, where the Red Chief members were preparing to leave. All 3 men deny the charge of murder. So that was the case that they used to build up against killing this poor man. Looking at him for my viewing audience, we're looking at another picture of the grandfather. And here in this story, they tell of the video showing the moment this man was run over, which we just read to you. And in this story, they talk about the tributes that were paid to him. I guess that story is no longer available. But they talk about the tributes that were paid to him. So this is horrible. This is that story. And at this point, I'll bring my commentary. Whew. There's a lot of hatred that can go on when you hate somebody enough to run them over and drag them down the road if what the court alleges, what the prosecutors allege is true. The defense says the guy just wasn't thinking. It was a spur of the moment thing. Even if it wasn't planned, I often ask, what are you guys thinking when you do this atrocious BS? And the answer is, they ain't thinking at all. And so this happens in the mob mentality, the groupthink. Somebody comes up with a crazy ass idea, and everybody else joins in carrying it out. A few things you should know. The police, the prosecutors are going to connect everybody involved. It's never too late, almost, before the act is committed, to uninvolve yourself, to ride your motorcycle on. My best friend used to say, go on with that. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on, Dragon. Stop playing. Just go on. I would say, go on. What kind of sense does that make? Makes every sense in the world. Go on. You're never too late, almost never too late. It's too late after the incident. But you got to stand up and be a man. I've said this before. You can't be a wussy in your own motorcycle club. When the guys have made up their mind, they're getting ready to do something to cause you to lose your freedom forever, it's time to go on. What we see is they afterwards, like, how do you know what happened on Signal? I don't know. Maybe they got some, warrants to check their phones or something. I don't know, but maybe there was some talking done. And that's what happens afterwards from these crazy things, is people start to wake up. It's no longer spur of the moment. It's looking at the reality of I'm fixing to be in prison for a mighty long time. I don't know if they have the death penalty over there in Europe. Here in Texas and Oklahoma, they just kill you. But over in Great Britain, UK, that area, maybe the citizens are okay with paying for your paltry ass existence for the rest of your life, sitting in a prison cell. In any event, for those of you who, let's look at it on the family club side. If your colors ain't blessed and stuff like that, or you're having issues getting that settled, do understand. This happens here in the United States. I guess it happens everywhere. Understand that you can be in a position where you get killed for wearing them colors. There were some guys in a gas station down in Florida. One guy was wearing some colors that they didn't like. Club rolled up on him, as the report says, put him on his knees. He said, I'm not taking it off, put him on his knees and blew his brains out. That's what the news reporting said at the time. We read that story here. This was several years back. This happens. Colors do not make you like this super hero that floats above all. I know you wear them, you're so prideful and you got to have them on and stuff. If you're in the wrong place with them things on, just like the poor lad wearing the support shirt in the wrong place, gets his behind whooped. Have some, be thinking about your safety. On the other side of the fence, those guys should know better. Like, you know where your boundaries are. The newspaper might not be right. The newspaper doesn't know where the boundaries are. They don't know for real if you were really in a rival biker gang's turf. They don't know what the turfs are, but they could be right. Lucianus Petrenko says there's been no death penalty in Europe. In all of Europe? The whole thing? You guys are... Y'all don't kill nobody? When they mess up? Wow. But I know why, because Europe used to be bad. They used to have like heads on top of London Bridge and stuff like that. You guys probably needed the what do you call it? When the priest gives you oh my goodness, 7 Hail Marys or something. This is you guys needed that. You used to be able to get executed in Europe just on the strength. Executed that poor Joan of Arc. I bet she was kind of sexy too. Anyway, dudes. This is crazy. So we'll go to comment. So my point of my comments are: 1, know where you're riding with your gear on, no matter where you are worldwide, right? Because people are serious enough about this to kill you. And I guess it ain't always just shooting. They had, what kind of hammer was that? Some crazy name of a hammer I've never heard of. Slack hammer or something. Like, man, we need to look that up and see what exactly that kind of hammer is. But it's not necessarily, are they going to shoot you? Maybe they'll just hit you with one of them crazy hammers that Petrenko says will flatten your skull right out. Let's see what they call it. A lump hammer. What the hell is a lump hammer? All right, look that up real quick. Just so I can see a lump hammer. I've never seen a lump hammer before, to my knowledge. Oh, one of those things. We got those. Oh my goodness. Let me show you guys the lump hammer. You guys have seen these before. This is a lump hammer. What is a lump hammer? A lump hammer in British English, a heavy hammer used for driving stakes or breaking stones. So we say, let's go to images for lump hammers. Okay, these are lump hammers. Okay, I get you. All right. Crucible lump hammer. There you go. God, if you get hit with one of those things, holy moly. We'll go to comments now. So if you know you ain't in the right place or whatever the case may be, man, protect your 6. It's not necessarily getting shot. You could be run over or lump hammered or axe handled or any of the other kinds of things that people do. These people are they get sick with this tribalism. We got it going on in the United States right now. The Republicans versus the Democrats, the left versus the right, the red versus the blue. These people are ready. China doesn't have to do anything but just hang back. Russia too. You'll be able to just float on in. Just bring the flotilla on in. You won't have to fire a shot. We will have done it ourselves. We will have. So if you're China and stuff, I would just say, don't worry, homie. Just hang out. We'll tear this mother effer down for you, and you'll just come walking on in. This tribalism thing, it's horrible. It's terrible. It's a cancer. It's tearing up our societies, and it's tearing up our motorcycle clubs. It's tearing up our reputations, and it's going to tear down our freedoms to operate as bikers and motorcycle clubs as more and more laws come down to restrict us, and they work to put us in prison forever. And we're doing it to ourselves. It's hard to say, we're not a biker gang. We're not a biker gang. Don't call us a gang. When all we do is biker gang SHIT. A lot of comments this morning. We'll scroll on up and try to catch them from close to the beginning. I was reading and not looking at comments. So good morning from Northeast Georgia Mountains. Always looking forward to tuning in. What's up, Marco? Iron Mike Hips. It's good to see you, man. Iron Mike. Wild on twos? Holy moly. Where have you been, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope your business is running well. Wild on twos kind of took a break as he was putting his new business together. He's spent so many years in operating rooms, and so he decided to go into a wellness business. So I hope it's doing well. Ironhead, oh my God. It looks like the old school's out to see me this morning. Hello, Ironhead. I hope Lady Ironhead is still beautiful and you guys are still living a great life, man. Let's see. Anyone who brings that to the table is not that smart at all. Are we starting to get into there isn't much we can do to fix human nature, let alone American culture. It's hard for us to fall in line or to righteously go against the raw talk here in the U.S. We just can't fix that. Are we talking about the same thing? I think we are. They killed an old man. Any reason for it? Bandidos presidents should answer for that. I think we're all old in the motorcycle club world. Young guys aren't interested in this BS, I think. Ironhead says the world's going crazy, turning back to the Wild West days. Morals and respect for human life just doesn't matter anymore. I think you're right. Good morning, all. I'm not a biker, but this stuff is real. When they go to war on each other, they mean business. Had a buddy who was thinking of joining a club. I told him to have second thoughts, says James Love. Good morning, James. You didn't tell him the wrong thing. I'll just say that. Good morning, Vernon. Bolo, good to see you, submarine buddy. Nice to see you guys all saying good morning to each other. Today is a glorious day. On this date, 10 November, 1775, by an act of the Continental Congress and 2nd Battalion of the United States Marines shall safeguard the ships of the U.S. Navy. What is today? A birthday? Is today the Navy's birthday? I am am I not knowing what today is? Navy birthday. Is that October 13th, 2013? U.S. celebrate the Navy's birthday on October 13th and recognize the brave men. Today ain't October 13th, man. Yeah, but maybe this is the day that it actually happened. You never know. Let's see. Trying to get down to the comments here. I hate when they call clubs gangs. I only know of one club who acts like a damn gang. I would not consider most clubs gangs. No, but you can't get mad when they call you one when this kind of stuff is. So somebody told me that a meter is about 3 feet. 1.94 yards, 1.094 yards, they say. A meter equals 3.2 feet. Look at my people. See? My people know everything. This is why I have these people on here. BSMC is looking better and better every day. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Amber. Petrinko says, Christ, they dragged him. That should be a death sentence. Well, it would be here in Texas, not in, not in New York. It's not, we don't hang them all high here. We just only have some hang 'em high states. Let's see. I think that might be, you guys were telling me what a lump hammer was. I appreciate that. A lump hammer is a square hammer that's like a big block of steel. Yeah, we saw that. Ah! I don't know what I ever called those before. I have a couple of them myself. I don't know what we call them in the United States. Maybe we call them lump hammers. I just went and, you go to Home Depot and you just look at the hammer you want. You don't even read what kind of hammer it is. And I think I have a couple of those hammers. Kate Wayne says a lump hammer sounds exactly like what it should be. Ma, fetch me my lump hammer. Absolutely. If you're going to carry a bat in your car or truck, toss a ball and a glove in there as well. Your lawyer would thank you later. But they never think of that, right? Honey, get me my hammer or my bat and my glove and my ball too. That's what we call them. We call them sledgehammers. Thank you. That's what we call them. We call those things sledgehammers. That's what I've always called those. Sledgehammers. Sledge is too big. It's a one-handed hammer. So I would call it a small sledgehammer if I was to go to the store. You got a small sledgehammer? But they're really, now we know they're called lump hammers. And now we know that. Terrible. Let me see. I keep saying I say and I've been promising that I'm going to stop saying I spent 5 years in prison for threatening someone with a bat who was trying to get in my front door. Boy, was it terrific. Come on, Brian. There had to be more to it than that. But if that is all there was to it, damn, what a terrible spat of bad luck. Spate. What a terrible spate of bad luck. Patricia says this was an awful spur of the moment. Yeah, shame the old man won't get any more moments in life. It's terrible. It's terrible. So anyway, I speak from experience, says Steve Easy Manning. I spent some time as a guest of the state, I guess in Massachusetts in my youth for an incident with a bat. Well, we just got some bad guys on this channel. I'm afraid of y'all. So what's up, Matt Goodman? It's good to see you, man. I've been busy with family and my new street bike, but all the best, big dog. It's good to see you, man. Do you guys stop in whenever you can? Hit that like button. The real reason we have Marines on ships is because sheep would be too obvious. All right. KC means King's Counsel. Okay, so that means they're an attorney. That's what KC means. I thought that was part of the dude's name for a while. Thank you for that, Dean Aston. See, my people on here keep me from looking absolutely retarded. I thank you guys for that. I thought they were called barristers too, Kate Wayne. Let me think. Let me see here. Previously, it would have been QC, says Dean Aston. The Queen's Counsel. We forget that there's a king in Great Britain now. Yeah. I just thought the Queen would be there forever. I mean, she was there forever, my whole entire life. So I just thought that she was just going to never wilt and just be there. And it feels like you lost your mom or something, even though she wasn't your queen. That wasn't my queen. It's like, you mean the Queen's gone? The world ain't even going to be right no more. But that's what happens when OGs go. What kind of idiot runs over somebody with a dash cam in his vehicle? The kind that's sitting in court right now, who didn't think nothing about that. That's who. Y'all act like we don't have that here. England isn't the first place. Even remote areas have record. No, we're getting it here. We're getting it here. We ain't got it like they got it. It's coming. It's coming. The Bandidos president has really got his work cut out for him. Now police on his left and probably 81 on his right. It's not going to be fun for him. No, it's not. And some things like that should be thought out. But it is what it is now. So if you make your bed hard, be prepared to sleep in it. Well, you guys are killing me you guys are hitting me with the contents. Having a big bad berserker may come in handy in a fight, but it's not worth it if he's a bigger detriment than an asset. What the hell is a berserker? Is that like a bad dude who causes trouble? Berserker. Berserker, a Norse warrior. Ha! Here we go. This is a berserker. See, you guys can't use terms on people anymore. It's a Norse warrior who fought in a frenzy. Berserk. Is that where the word berserk came from? Maybe. Although that's not berserk, it's berserk, but maybe that's where the word berserk came from. So here is a berserker. Holy moly. That yeah. Okay. We know what berserkers are now. Got you. So what he's saying is having a troublemaker in your club, right? Having a troublemaker may come in handy in a fight, but it's not worth it if he's a bigger detriment than he is an asset, which I have said many times in many videos. Get those troublemakers out your club. Right? Right. Okay, we're at 50 minutes. No need to talk this to death. I see we got some of our European bros on here. It's good to see all you guys. Did I see Kevin Fitz in here? I see we got Sven over there. We got Louis Petrinko. We got all our Steve Crouch. A 41 mag takes care of a lump hammer. If you have one, I've seen guys. There was a guy in my own clubhouse in San Diego, California, who pulled a gun on a guy and got stabbed to death. So having the gun doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work. Much love, Black Dragon, from the Beyond Incorporated Club. Beyond Incorporated Club, Albany, New York, the capital. Why did I think New York City was the capital? I didn't know Albany, New York. I didn't even know there was an Albany, New York, but it's good to hear from the capital. This has been the story since this land was called the New World. I agree. Oh, is this the Marine birthday? Is that what it is? I don't even Marine Corps birthday. November 10th. Oh, today is y'all's birthday. Yeah, no, big deal, man. Big damn deal. Okay, everybody. It's the Marine Corps' birthday. No, really. Thank you, Marines, for your service to the Navy. Thank you for being our lapdogs. Thank you for being the first to try, the first to die. Thank you for us taking you over to the beachhead and dropping y'all's ass off. You know what I'm saying? Hey, guys, go get them. It's my show. You can't do anything about it. Somebody tells us that that hammer is Thor's hammer. Now that you mentioned it, that is what Thor carries. Somebody said there's tale of bringing capital punishment back to West Virginia. That would be interesting. Black Dragon having trouble getting the promo code. It's seeming like just a spinning wheel of death trying to load up. Is that the promo code that I sent you for the book? Send me an email, blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com, and we'll get you a new promo code. Okay, so that's it. Let me get out of here, man. You guys are just hitting me with the comments today. I spent life, Steve Couch, I spent life around members of Atrium Reaper MC. They are not around here anymore. I'm 54. Get one. Get 10% from VA Thinking American Veteran MC. What are they, Lime? I don't know what that means. Yes, Finn, that's what I meant. It's great to have one in a fight, but a lot of times they cause fights. The berserker is you need him in a fight, but the thing is you can never turn those guys on and off. Man, I'm so cool. It's so cool that you guys are talking so much. It's a lot of fun. But I got to get out of here. Listen. Is it too much to ask for you people to try to treat each other like individual pieces of precious gold? You spend less time behind bars. Rattlesnake just said he got done with an outstanding PT run this morning on this glorious day. Try to have a good day, people. Try to love one another and have the strength and courage and commitment to say, no, I ain't doing that. You guys go to jail forever. It won't be me. Listen, happy birthday, Marines. Thank you for your service. Thank you for all you've done for this country, Devil Dogs, from the sands of Iwo Jima to the shores of Tripoli. You guys enjoy your birthday today. Put on your dress blues and your swords. And go bump swords together. I don't mean that in a bad way. But honestly, I have appreciated serving my country, appreciated working with the great people I've worked with, and appreciated having the Marine Corps around and all of my Marine buddies worldwide. Thank you for your service. God bless you. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Hey, subscribers. Whenever you are in Macon, Georgia, you have to get over to my Motorcycle Club Brothers Cigar Lounge. Haley's Cigar Lounge on Ingleside Avenue has a night or several nights just right for you. Monday night football kicks off the week. Wednesday is whiskey night. Thursday, ladies night. Saturdays are make your night. And wrapping up the weekend, it's Sunday football. Haley's is closed on Tuesdays. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere at Haley's. Hang out at the bar or outside on the patio. They can also host your small events. Haley's Cigar Lounge, 2308 Ingleside Avenue in Macon, Georgia. Be sure to tell them Black Dragon sent you.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing into the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.